Sugar, sugar. We all absolutely love sugar. Our taste buds are made to love sugar. Our brain is made to love sugar. Most of us are addicted to sugar. But why is it bad for us? Is it bad for us? What does it do to our body? We have all been brainwashed to understand that sugar is bad for us. But I wanted to find out, why is it bad for us? You know, we've been told it rots our teeth. It messes with our brain neurotransmitters. It makes us lazy and even blocks the absorption of vital nutrients in our body. But that's not all. Sugar is shortening your life. So in today's video, what I'm going to talk about is, how is sugar shortening your life? What sugar in particular is shortening your life? And what you can do to live longer. It's Mondays with Mihaela. That's right, me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love, and appreciate your support. I'm a qualified naturopath with a passion for health, business, and overall success. I'm here today in these episodes to provide you with simple, savvy, and sustainable health hacks to optimize your health. And in today's episode, I'm talking about sugar and how sugar is shortening your life. That is a huge statement for me to say, that sugar is shortening your life. So I better have some, statistics, some science, some biochemistry to back myself up, because that is a huge statement. That is saying that if you do not have this sugar in your life, you may be living longer. So in this episode, I'm going to go into detail about what sugar specifically may be shortening your life and how it is shortening your life. We are bombarded with sugar every single day, every minute. When we go to the shops, what's in front of us? Candy, chips, sugar this, sugar that, this, that. And sometimes we don't even know there's sugar in it. And this is the hidden sugar. And that, I have an episode that I spoke about sugar that you can listen to that goes into detail about sugar. It gives you a list of alternative sugars. And I also talk about alternative sugars. So listen to that one. It is a gem. So not all sugar is bad. However, there are some that are really, really bad. And that's what I want to talk about today. Look, it can be said that lifespan, so longevity, can be pinpointed down to diet and lifestyle. So if you get them two on track, diet and lifestyle, then you may be living longer. You may have stronger longevity than the 83, I think it is, 83 years average in Australia. But it's not all about living longer. It's about having the quality life also. And that's what I'm all about in addition to living longer. So let's get into the science. Let's look into, what does literature have to say about sugar shortening your life? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the science. Let's look at the studies and see what they have to say about sugar and how it may be shortening your life. The first study I'm going to talk about is from JAMA, which is a very reputable journal. And this study was published in 2014. It looked into added sugar and the association with cardiovascular disease risk. So over the course of 15 years, this study was done over 15 years, which is a huge study. And it looked into adding sugar, so additional added sugar and heart disease. Participants who took in 25% or more of the daily calories as sugar were more than twice as likely to die from heart disease as those whose diets were less than 10% added sugar. And this is just talking about added sugar, okay? So if your diet is compromised of 25% of added sugar of your calories intake, you have a higher risk of getting heart disease than if it was just 10% added sugar. And look, 10% added sugar is huge in itself anyway. So this was a very interesting study. So it also says that sugar-sweetened beverages such as soda, energy drinks, sport drinks are by far the biggest source of added sugar in the average American diet, because this was an American study. They account for more than 1/3 of the added sugar we consume as a nation. They consume as a nation. Other important sources include cookies, cakes, pastries, and similar treats, fruit drinks, ice cream, frozen yogurts, candy, and ready-to-eat cereals. And you might be thinking, yummy, 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 but this study is saying heart disease, heart disease, heart disease. So this study that I've included is a 2017 study that was in the report of Cell Reports, and it looked at high sugar diet programs in the lifespan of flies. And it's an interesting study that I included, and I'll let you know why later on. So flies with a history of eating a high sugar diet lived shorter lives, even after the diet improved. And that's the key. And this is why I included this in here for you guys, because even though they were eating all of this sugar diet and then they improved, their lifespan still dropped dramatically. This is because the unhealthy diet drives long-term reprogramming of gene expression according to the research team. And this is very interesting. So they discovered that the action of a gene called FOXO is inhibited in flies given a high sugar diet in early life, causing long-term effects. So as a kid, if you ate lots of sugar, it may be impacting you now. And that's for you people who have kids. Think about how this sugar intake may be affecting them long-term. The team involving researchers from UCL and Monash University in Australia, Aussie, compared the lifespans of female flies fed a healthy diet containing 5% sugar to those given 8 times this amount. The flies, which lived to about 90 days of average, were both fed diets for 3 weeks before all were given a healthy diet. So they fed them either a lot of sugar or only 5% of sugar, and then they went on a healthy diet, which is very interesting. Even while feeding on a healthy diet, the flies that had previously eaten a high sugar diet started to die earlier, and on average had 7% shorter lifespan. That is a lot. 7% is a lot. This was caused by a change in the reprogramming of the flies' physiological caused by the sugar-rich diet eaten in early adulthood, or even early childhood for us adults. If that's the case, then it doesn't really matter if the body repairs itself or the fruit fly switches to a healthier diet. So this is a little bit of a shock to some people, because we need to eat healthy every single day as much as you can. And this study shows to us that sugar reprograms our genes, our cell expression, our gene expression. It has an impact on our body. Even if we think, oh, we'll just have that bag of lollies, it's not going to impact me, I'll go to the gym tomorrow. It is going to impact you, and this study proves it because of the epidemic changes that you're making right now. So these findings improve our understanding of how changes in diet and gene expression affect the speed of aging, which is so interesting. Absolutely love it. So this study used an extremely sugar-rich diet for the flies, which was a lot of sugar. Basically, the only dietary intake for the equivalent of our 20 to 30 years was sugar, which was just kind of like cake, and nothing else. So let's look at a study that looks at modern increases in sugar intake, because that was a bit of an extreme study that I just wanted to put in there so we get a bit of an understanding. A 2013 study in the Nature Communications looked at if added sugar consumption increased female mortality and the effect it had on male fitness in mice. So with only a 25% increase in sugar intake, the damage done was comparable to first cousin inbreeding. So this has got to do with fertility. This is huge because we have so many fertility issues here in Australia. So if something as simple as us reducing our sugar intake can help our fertility, then why not? So females died at twice the rate of non-sugar diet consumers as they matured, and the males were less likely to obtain and hold territory, which decreased their mating opportunity, because for mice, as we know, holding territory means they're alpha, they're male, and they've got their testosterone ingoing. This has caused the males who have fed the sugar-rich diet to produce only 75% of offspring compared to their counterparts. So there's male fertility there also. It equates to about 3 cans of soda. So that's a 25% increase in sugar. So I showed you a study that was just eating cake for 20 years. and what it had to do with gene expression. But here I'm showing you a study with just having 3 cans of soda every single day and what that effect it has on mortality. An interesting study published in 1985 in the Journal of Economics Entomology looked at sugar diets and the effect on longevity, mating, and flight in sterile boll thieves, which are animals, which are these little cute animals, similar to flies. So the diet contained either 10% sucrose, 10% maltose, or 2.5% sucrose diet. And mortality of treated males and females fed 10% sucrose was significantly lower than treated fed the standard 2.5 sucrose diet for the first 4 days after treatment. So what this is saying is there was a lot more mortality in individuals who were fed a lot more sugar. And the reason why I put this study in is because it's old. It is from 1985. So we knew this. Yes, it is tested on animals, but we knew that sugar is not good for us. We knew back then that sugar decreases our longevity and that sugar is linked to mortality. We knew back then. So hopefully these studies give you a bit of a picture of how sugar affects our body and how it can affect our body, even if we're eating a lot of sugar diet and then we go really healthy, it still affects our body. Or if we just increase a little bit of sugar in our diet, it affects our health. So when we talk about sugar, I wanted to express a bit more to you guys of what do we mean by sugar. So to give you a bit of a clearer picture, the average Australian is consuming about an average of 60 grams of sugar each day. That is a total equivalent to 14 teaspoons of white sugar every single day, and that is the average. So there are individuals who are having a lot more and there are individuals who are having less. The scary thing about this is that most of these are from extra foods that we are unaware of. So it's not just having that white sugar and putting it in your mouth, it's hidden sugar. And that is the scary part. It's hidden sugar that we don't even know that we're taking in, because you might be sitting there or wherever you are, standing, walking. I hope you're walking, because listening to a podcast and walking is the best thing you can do. But on the other note is, so if you're just thinking, going, well, I don't put sugar in my coffee, I don't really put a lot of sugar anywhere. The thing is this is added sugar that most of us are unaware of, that is hidden. So the sugar that's hidden away from you, it is like they are playing, it's kind of like they're playing hide and seek on you. And I'm talking about the food manufacturing people. They're kind of like, oh, let's put a bit of sugar in here because you're really gonna like this. And you might think there's no sugar in there, or you might be thinking, I didn't put that sugar in my coffee this morning, I'm doing great. But they are getting to you. They are smart. So a new study in the George Institute of Global Health has revealed that around 70% of packaged food contains sugar. 70% of packaged food contains sugar. Think about how much packaged foods you're having and how much sugar you may be having, how much hidden sugar you may be putting into your body. So the key is to educate yourself on the different types of sugars. And I did a video on this that I went through all the different types of sugars. But to let you guys know, I'll name a few. Hopefully I can pronounce them. So some hidden sugars in packaged foods are corn sugar, glucose malt, glucose syrup, fructose corn syrup, and that is one of the most dangerous ones. Caro, glucose, dextrose, fructose, lactose, maltose, sucrose, golden syrup, dextrin, maltodextrin. This is just to name a few so you get a bit of a better picture. So you need to know how to read your labels to understand how much sugar is in your packaged foods and what type of sugar it is. So some surprising hidden sources of sugar that may surprise you, definitely surprise me, are sauces. Your tomato sauce, your barbecue sauce, your salad dressing, any type of sauce that you can think of, granola, even yogurt, oats, dressing, cereal, bread, canned fruits, protein bars. Sugar is hidden in many, many foods, even those that don't taste sweet. You may be thinking, this doesn't taste sweet at all, but it has sugar in it. Make sure you check the labels. So what can you do to ensure that you live longer and sugar is not killing you? What can you do? Well, I'm going to mention 3 things that you can implement right now in your lifestyle right now to ensure that this hidden sugar, that this sugar is not shortening your life and also not impacting the quality of your life. So number 1 is simple. Check your ingredients. So what I mean by that is get the back of a packet, look at it. What is in it? Has it got hidden sugars? Does it have stuff that you have no idea what it is? Check it out. Educate yourself on it so you know how much sugar you're actually getting in your body. Number 2 is educate yourself. And these videos, these episodes are part of your education. Don't only listen to me, listen to other people. Educate yourself on sugar. Educate yourself on what sugar is good, what sugar is bad, how much to have. Know the knowledge, take control of your own health. And number 3, another really simple one is make it yourself. When you're making cookies, bread, whatever you're feeling like, if you're feeling like some type of cookies, something, make it yourself. Put a bit of oats in it, banana, some almond milk, make yourself little cookies. If you want, put a bit of sugar in it, but you know what sugar is going in it and how much. And that is the key, is to make it yourself, especially when you're craving something sweet. Don't go out there and get a packaged food that has like E25, coloring, this, that, glucose, maltodextrin, blah, 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 and the list goes on. Make it yourself. So simple, there you have it. Check the ingredients in the packaged foods if you do buy packaged foods. Educate yourself, keep educating yourself about your health. And 3, make it yourself. So there you have it today, a short little episode on how sugar is shortening your life. I hope that you found it really useful. I hope that someone popped into your head. I hope someone popped into your head that would love to hear this. Share this with him or her or with everyone that you know, because you are now on a new track. You are now going to be looking after your health and reducing the excess sugar intake in your body, which means you're going to be living longer. And I'm pumped, I'm excited, because you're going to be living longer and it's going to be good quality life. That's what I'm excited about. Well, let me know. You know what? Here we go. Get a packet out of your cupboard, right? Get it. Comment below. Let me know what you looked at and what sugar it has in it. And that way I know that you're educating yourself and you are able to ask me any questions. Let me know. Maybe it is a sugar, maybe it isn't sugar. I'll be able to comment and reply to you personally, from me to you. But thank you so much. I love and appreciate your support. Please love, like, share, do what you do best. Until next Monday, love you.